Good morning, everybody from Lille, and welcome to our questions and answer sessions for our third call for project proposals. This session is recorded, so if you're not able to follow everything today, be reassured we record everything. My name is Magda Anagnostou. I'm the coordinator for the Policy Learning Platform, and I will be your moderator for this session today. Of course, I'm not alone. I'm here with two colleagues that will help me answer your questions. I have with me Etienne Verel-Rodzinka. Hello, Etienne. If you can switch on your camera also. He is from the policy unit and he will take all the content-related questions. I also have Ruta Rozzane with me from the finance unit that will take all the budget and finance-related questions. Today, we are going to use the Slido to collect all your questions. And of course, we have also the chat, but be aware the chat is only for you to interact and tell us from where you are, so to see who we have with us today. But for the questions, we are only going to use the Slido. As an outline, just to let you know, we have 1 hour today. We are going to, of course, dedicate most of it to your questions, answering your questions. And we're going to close this session with a few tips and words about what kind of assistance you have for submitting your application. As I said, you are going to use Slido, slido.com, #3rdcall for questions, and please use this for posting all your questions. We are going to do our utmost, of course, to answer everything. So I will welcome now, maybe before we start, a few words about the most important, the timing of this call. We have opened this call for 11 weeks. We are going to close the 7th of June at 12 o'clock Central European Time. Put this pencil down in your calendars. Very important, at 12 Central European Time, we're closing the call and we are expecting to have the decision about the projects by the end of the year. Of course, you have available the application pack on our program website. You will have all the information there. I think we can now start. I will welcome my two colleagues, Ruta and Etienne. You are there with us. Perfect. And of course, we have some also other colleagues that are helping us behind the scenes, Marie and Amandine. Okay, let's start then with the questions that we have received already. Livia, you're telling us we are resubmitting a project idea that did not pass the evaluation process on the second call. Should we discuss the improvements on the current version in the application? If so, where? I will ask Etienne to pick up this question, please.
Yeah, thank you, Magda, and good morning to everyone from my side as well. Yes, Livia, you can indeed submit your ID for this project that has been improved, hopefully thanks to the remarks we made during the assessment of the second call. So you can submit using the Ask for Feedback form on a website. You will have to detail very briefly the idea of your project, the improvement that you bring, and maybe it would be nice actually to say that it's a resubmission, so that the colleague that will answer you and that will talk to you to discuss this project ID will also be able to have a look at the assessment and at your first application during the second call to give you a kind of comprehensive feedback on your improved project ID. So yes, feel free to submit it if possible in the coming days, because as Magda said, the deadline for the applications is the 7th of June. And of course, we will need time to have a look at it, get back to you, to find a date, to discuss this with you, and then for you to take into account the feedback that we can give. So if you can do it in the coming days, that would be the best.
Great. Thank you, Etienne. We will pass to the next question. We have a question, three questions actually in one. First one, is discovery partner the same as a normal partner? The second is there any problems to have two discovery partners from the same country? And we have a third question, policy authority from discovery partner, does it as a discovery partner or normal policy authority? I'm not so sure we understand completely the third question. Please feel free to resubmit or clarify, but still we'll try to pick up the first two. So Etienne, please.
Sure. So Natalia, indeed, there's actually a difference between discovery partner and a normal partner. The discovery partner, it's only for the 7 new member states. So the 5 West Balkan countries plus Ukraine and Moldova. The idea is to have it as a first step towards the interregional learning world. So that means that the discovery partner does not address any policy instrument, meaning that they do not come as well with a policy responsible authority. They are just here to participate in the exchange of experience, go to the different study visits, learn from the other partners, but they don't have this objective of having policy improvements at the end of the core phase, to the difference of all the other partners in the partnership. So it's a lighter involvement. You're really here as a discovery partner to learn, meaning that it's a big difference compared to the normal partner where you have to learn and improve and work on your policy. So this is the main difference. The second question you have, if it's any problem to have two discovery partners from the same country. This is not something we recommend, to be honest, because as detailed in the terms of reference of the call and further in the program manual, Interreg Europe is all about interregional cooperation. So we would like to have as many countries represented in one partnership and to have a good balance between the different corners of Europe, between more advanced regions, less advanced regions. So we don't recommend in general to have partners from the same country, except there's a very good justification. And this is the case as well for discovery partner. This is not something we would recommend. Just to follow up on your question, indeed, there's maximum of 2 discovery partners for each project, meaning that if you come with, you can add 1 discovery partner, and we would recommend if you decide to have a second discovery partner, that the second discovery partner is coming from another country. For your third question, I hope that my first answer answered actually the third one. But feel free to rephrase it if it was not clear.
Yes, thank you very much, Etienne. And Nathalie, yes, please use the Slido and not the chat for rephrasing if needed your question. Okay, let's go on. We take the other question. Is there an estimated percentage how to best divide the budget between lead partner and partners? Is there a maximum? I think this is a finance question. So Ruta, please give us an answer.
Yes, hi everyone, also from my side. Is there an estimated percentage? No, we don't have an estimated percentage between the lead partner and partners. The budget setup depends mostly on the planned activities. Then also the lead partner budget is usually higher because the responsibility is higher, but that also depends on the activities, on the number of partners that they need to manage. And is there a maximum? We recommend from 1 to 2 million euros per project, but that's the only kind of recommendation that we have.
Right. Thank you very much, Ruta. I saw in the chat you were asking about how to use the Slido. First of all, you will see on the screen a QR code, but you can also go to slido.com and hashtag third call questions to post your questions. So we move on. We are a lead partner with no policy instrument ownership, but we contribute to the policy development of another partner, policy responsible authority. Are we considered both as advisory, lead partner, as explained in section B1 of the application, or partner addressing a policy instrument, as explained in section D1.2? Etienne, please.
Yeah, this is really up to you, Isa, actually. The status you decide for your own organization as a lead partner. Either you are coming rather for the technical support you will provide to the partnership, for your expertise on the topic addressed, and then you can come as advisory lead partner, meaning that you won't have any policy instrument to improve because what you're coming for is for your expertise, again, in the exchange of experience or in the topic addressed. If you can have a link to a policy instrument and you, as you were saying, you contribute to a specific policy development, then indeed you can also come as a regular lead partner, so not an advisory lead partner, but as a regular lead partner. And then in this case, you will have to come with the policy responsible authority if you are not one yourself. So it really depends what is the main reason for you to be in the partnership. Improve a policy instrument, then come with a PRA, or come or be there mostly for your expertise on the topic addressed, then come as advisory lead partner.
Okay, thank you very much, Etienne. We will move on to the next question. The exchange experience can contribute in the follow-up phase, but only 10% budget are foreseen for that phase. Can exchange activities like interregional workshop, study visit, or something like that still be planned and justified, not only from a learning, but also budget point of view? This is a little bit of a mixed question. I will still ask Ruta to take up this one.
Yes, indeed, the budget for the follow-up phase is smaller than for the core phase, but we do not restrict the activities that you can have in the follow-up phase. They should be more limited than during the core phase. They should be justified also, as you, Christoph, mentioned. And the budget will then depend on the activities that are justified. Then also the budget will be justified.
Mm-hmm. Okay, we hope we clarified this. Okay, I welcome all the participants that they came a little bit later today. So welcome everybody. I will repeat again that we take the questions through the slido.com hashtag third call questions and tell us from where you are and interact through the chat. So we continue with our questions. We have another one coming from Valentina about the role of the discovery partner. What is their involvement in the study visit? Should they participate in the whole process, attend and host, or is it ad hoc participation sufficient? What are the deliverables to capture the discovery process? How is their budget ideally structured? So this again is a mixed question. I think maybe Etienne, you can start and then Ruta continue on the budget recommendations. Thank you.
Yeah, of course. Thank you, Valentina, for your question. As I was saying earlier, the role of the discovery partner and the tasks linked to it are a bit lighter compared to a regular partner because indeed there's no need and there's no obligation to improve a specific policy instrument. So what we foresee is that the discovery partner will merely come to the different interregional events organized by the different partners. So indeed participate in the study visits and participate in the whole process as such. If interesting and if justified, we can also foresee that one discovery partner hosts some study visits in their own region or in their own country. This is also possible. So we are very flexible in this. We want to give really the possibility for the discovery partner to find a little bit the way. If they feel more comfortable just going to other regions, this is what we see. But if they think that there's actually an interesting good practices, something really they would like to show to the other partners and the other partners accept to change a little bit the work plan in this, then of course they can also host their own study visit, their own interregional event in their region. So this is fine. This ad hoc participation, if you mean that from time to time they will come, from time to time they won't come, this is not something we recommend. Again, a discovery partner should be a full partner with a discovery status, but still a full partner, meaning that they indeed should be attending the different events organized by the partnership to make sure that they are fully on board and that their learning process is progressing nicely as well. there's no deliverable per se to capture the discovery process. Again, we wanted to keep it very light, very flexible for the new partner states organization to be able to quickly and easily join ongoing or about to start projects. So there's no specific deliverables. And for the budget, then I can leave the floor for Ruta to answer you on this.
Yes, and the budget again should be structured around the activities. So depending whether you plan to just participate in study visits or also host them, then the budget will be different. And since the discovery partner does not address policy instrument, their budget we assume is usually a bit smaller than a regular partner's budget. But otherwise, just think about the activities, and all of the cost categories are open. You can plan the staff costs, travel costs, office administration, and external expertise and services costs as well.
Okay, thank you very much, both of you. We are moving on then to the next question. We are private non-for-profit entity that sometimes, depending on the program and the country, is considered as an institution governed by public law. Example, our patron, our public university. Could we be a lead partner? Etienne, please.
So the several questions in one. So just a reminder that indeed non-profit entities, organizations cannot be lead partners. So this is the base. Can be lead partners only public institutions or institutions governed by public law. If you have a doubt on your own status, and it depending on the program you're participating in, we always ask the partner state where your own organization is located to confirm the status of your organization. So if you have a doubt, please double check with your own point of contact from your own country where your organization is located, where the seat of your organization is located, so they can confirm the status of your organization, and then you will be able to know if you can be lead partner or if you have to be a regular partner.
Excellent. Yes.
I can also add to this that you can also look in our program manual. We use in our program the definition of who is public, who is private entity. We take it from the Commission's regulations. So you will see in the section 341 how in our program we see which partner is private and which is public. So make sure also to look into the program manual for that.
Thank you very much. So program manual and also the contact details of the contact points are in the chat. You can find everything on our website under My Country, the contacts for the national points of contact, and also, of course, our manual, which should be your Bible until you submit your application. So we move on with the next question concerning candidate countries. Since they do not have to address a policy instrument, can an NGO be the only partner for that region? I'll ask Etienne maybe to pick up this one, please.
Livia, here there might be a small confusion. Candidate countries actually have two ways to participate in an Interreg Europe project. They can be regular partners, where they will have to address a policy instrument. So this is still a possibility that we offer to the 7 new partner states organization. This is fully possible, meaning that they will have to come either as policy responsible authority or together with an associated policy authority. So it's still possible to be a full partner as an organization coming from a candidate country. What you seem to mean here is organization coming from candidate countries that choose the discovery status. Indeed, in that case, you do not have to address a policy instrument. And then as an NGO, you can come alone without a policy responsible authority because you won't have to address any specific policy instrument. But I really would like to highlight the fact that if you are an organization coming from one of the 7 new partner states, you can, of course, fully address a policy instrument if you choose the regular partner status.
Right. Thank you very much, Etienne. So we will move on to our next question. On the question about the resubmission, what I meant is which section of the C, general project description, we are supposed to explain the improvements. Please clarify where we are supposed to discuss it since it is not mentioned in the manual. This is from Livia that we had previously questioned. Please, Etienne.
So that means that you indeed submitted already something in the second call. It was rejected, and we must have said something like in the section C, some parts weren't clear, or that the approach of the project was not fully in line with the program rationale, for example, these kind of things. What I suggest is really to use the ask for feedback form, so you can resubmit not the application, but like a summary of the application, and highlight to the policy officer that will take in charge this feedback, highlight that it's a resubmission of another project. So they will be able to go with you through the application and through the project ID and give you already maybe a more detailed and comparative feedback on the improvement that would need it and what failed in your second call application. Each time you submit an application in the second call or in the third call, you will have to submit a fully new application, meaning that the application you submitted in the second call, there's no indeed an additional box after the application was rejected where you can now detail for the third call and just add a couple of sentences. You will have to submit a whole full application again for this third call. So that's why there's no additional part where you can just explain quickly the improvements you made. You have to rewrite parts that were deemed as not sufficient in the second call. So that's why if you have doubts on exactly what was missing or what prevented you to get accepted in the second call, then ask for feedback, and the policy officer will be able to help you and really highlight the main points that were maybe missing in your second call application and the thing that you have to pay special attention to for your third call application.
Right. Thank you very much, Etienne. So we are moving on with our questions. We have here from Valentina another question. When creating the profile of a regular partner, one addressing a policy instrument, it is possible to include partners from the new member states. The program manual also states that discovery partners could address a policy instrument, although it is not mandatory. This is a little bit of confirmation, Etienne.
Yeah, I agree.
Yes.
I don't. Everything that I said is correct, indeed. So if you are a regular partner, you will. It's for everyone really, for the old partner states or for the new partner states. So you will have to select a specific policy instrument, and if you are not yourself the policy responsible authority, you will have to include as associated policy authority the one in charge, so the policymaker. If you select as a new partner state organization the status of discovery partner, you won't have to select any policy instrument because we don't foresee this. And again, as I said, it's more like a light involvement, so we don't ask you to improve a policy instrument. It's still possible that you will manage to have some results, but at the application stage, we don't ask for any information on this. So that's really something we'll see during the implementation of the project. And of course, we'll be very happy to hear about you if you still manage to improve a policy instrument as a discovery partner, even though that was not foreseen or planned or asked. But of course, we'll be happy to learn about this at a later stage during the implementation of the project. But again, at the application stage, nothing linked to a policy instrument if you select the discovery partner status.
Exactly. Right. Thank you very much. So this is clarified then. We are moving on then regarding the question of Christophe. If it is justified, the budget can be higher than 10% for the semester 7 and 8. So for the second phase. Ruta, please.
Yes, for the follow-up phase. Make sure that you still focus on what is the main goal of the follow-up phase, to monitor the results. But then if the spending plan is in line with the work plan and with what is planned, it could be justified, yeah. But make sure that really the need for any additional events apart from monitoring is well justified.
Yes, everything stems from the activity. That's the main message that people have to keep in mind when they are planning their budget. Right. I will welcome also the new participants. I see that the number goes up. We have now with us 40 participants. Again, to repeat, please submit all your questions from the slido.com hashtag third call questions. So we are waiting here to hear all your questions and make sure that you have the right answers for preparing your application form. So we move on with the question we have. Sorry if the question has already been asked, but can you tell me if a partner who doesn't address a policy instrument, which is the Investment for Jobs and Growth Goal program, can be a lead partner? Yes, interesting question. Etienne, please go ahead.
Yeah. Just again, as a reminder for all participants, at least one of the policy instruments addressed indeed needs to be an Investment for Jobs and Growth Goal program, meaning most of the time an ERDF or ESF Plus program addressed regionally or nationally. So one of the policy instruments needs to be addressed by the partnership. It doesn't matter if it's the lead partner or any other project partner. So in this case, if you as a partner or as a lead partner don't address it, it's fine, as long again as there's at least one of the partner that address this kind of policy instrument.
Right. Okay, thank you very much. We are moving to our next question from Nina. One of our partners is already participating in the Interreg Europe project, which has a similar theme to our proposed project, although the focus is different. How strictly do they need to justify their involvement in another project?
Very much so indeed, because they really need to explain why. Well, several things actually. In the section of the application form related both to the innovative character, the project itself, so the whole partnership will need to explain how the project that you plan to submit here is different from the one that has already been approved and submitted. So here you will have as really the whole partnership to explain, well, that the focus is different and that there's still a need for us as a program to fund you and to support you and your specific project, because it is different in a way to the other project that has been already funded. So you need to highlight the difference and the difference in the focus that you mentioned, as well as what you will learn possibly from this other project and from all the other projects that might be on a similar topic. So this is what you will need to do as the whole partnership. Now, for your partner that is already in this similar project, they will also need to present in their own section linked to their policy instrument, section DX. So when they explain their capacity to influence the policy instrument, their expertise on the topic, and if they are already involved in other Interreg Europe projects, here they will need to explain how they will manage actually to be involved in different Interreg Europe projects, what they will learn from different Interreg Europe projects, and what's the benefit for their own organization and for their own region or country to be part in project that can be quite similar. So there's really two parts of the application form where you should pay a special attention to, is really the innovative character. So meaning, again, how this new proposal will differ from others that were already funded, and for this specific partner, how they will actually manage to be involved in many Interreg Europe projects.
Thank you very much, Etienne. Yes, the innovative character, quite important to be demonstrated clearly in your application form. I see our next question then, we are moving on, regarding the rule that the policy responsible authority as partner is compulsory for at least 50%. So our current situation is 4 regions with APA, including Central Macedonia, and 4 regions with the project partner as policy instrument owner, 1 discovery partner. Do we meet the criterion, including the discovery partner? Of course, this is very specific question. We will still, it's an opportunity to repeat certain principles. So Etienne, please.
Sure. So this is one of the eligibility criteria. So when we check that indeed at least 50% of the policy instrument addressed by directly the policy owners, the policy responsible authority that are directly involved as project partner. So in your situation, you seem to have 8 policy instruments, 4 that are directly represented or addressed by the policy owners in the partnership, 4 where the policy owners are not or not regular partners, but just associated policy authority. So you meet the criteria of 50%. You just right at the 50%. Because the discovery partner do not address any policy instrument, they do not count in this 50% rule. Again, it's 50% of the policy instrument addressed by the partnership. So in your case, you seem for now to meet the criteria. Just.
Exactly. So well understood the rule. Right. We have another question from Ukraine. How can we join the program as a discovery partner? Project idea, identify technologies, innovative solutions that can be applied to the city's wastewater system. Comes from Oksana. Okay, again, project idea. We will have the opportunity to tell you how you can get feedback on this, but maybe Etienne, some comments from your side.
Sure. So there's 2 ways really. If you want to join as a discovery partner, the first one is of course to join an ongoing project or a project that a project ID that will lead to an application during the third call. So for this, you have to register on our community. This is always the base. Create a profile, and identify the projects that can be linked to the topic you mentioned, and contact them and check if they would be interested to include you as a discovery partner. So this is for the first and the second call project that were already funded. The first call project started 1 year ago. The second call projects are about to start. They were approved and they are currently starting their implementation. And the third call, well, we are discussing this as well now. So that's the first solution. You identify a project and you contact them and you say, well, I would be interested to join your project as a discovery partner, and then you see if they would be interested to include you or not. The second possibility is to join an application for this specific third call that we are discussing currently. So the call is open till the 7th of June. Here, you can contact the people that submitted project IDs, and again, contact them and see if they would be interested to include your organization as a discovery partner in this project yet to be submitted and assessed. So you're not sure yet, of course, if you will be part of this project and if this project will be funded or not. And linked to this, there's also a solution is to submit this ID online on our website, and by making clear that you don't want to be a lead partner, but that you're just looking for other partners to join you on this topic, and for one specific partner to lead this project ID. So there's really different ways where you can work on this topic. Just to summarize again, join an ongoing project. So contact directly the lead partner of the first and second call project that are linked to this topic, or join a project ID that has been submitted, and hopefully join the potential partnership and wait and submit the application by the 7th of June, or even submit your project ID and try to gather a partnership by the 7th of June and create together and work together on an application to be submitted by the 7th of June.
Right. Thank you very much, Etienne, for giving us a little bit of all the options that are there on the table for the new countries. We have another 2 questions. We go on. Can the instrument under the Investment for Jobs and Growth program be addressed by the associated policy authority? Yes, Etienne, please.
So it's always addressed by the partner that is directly in the partnership. So, but indeed, the Investment for Jobs and Growth program policy instrument can be addressed by a partner that is not the policy owner, that is not the policy responsible authority, and that comes together with an associated policy authority. So yes, it's possible. This policy instrument, like any other policy instrument, can be addressed again, either by the policy responsible authority or by a partner together with the APA.
Right. Okay, thank you very much. We have another question. How should we budget for participating in policy learning platform activities if we don't know what those activities will be yet? Can a project suggest host a policy learning platform event? I will give the question first to Ruta, and then we will comment also on our side.
Yes, I think also, Magda, you are very
Yes.
qualified to answer this question as well. But from the project side, the staff costs and the travel costs for participating in policy learning platforms events are eligible to your project. So feel free to participate. And we ask you to foresee, I think, if I'm not mistaken, one event per semester, to attend one program event per semester. So that is what you can plan at this stage, and then to see the specific events, that's gonna be then later. Magda, you can maybe
yes, exactly. I will compliment a little bit on this. Indeed, the policy learning platform events, everything is available on our website. You will have a section where you have news and events, and you see everything that is upcoming. In general, we are organizing 2 rounds of workshops over the year. So every semester we have a round of thematic workshops, but we also have a lot of activities that they do not necessarily have the necessity to travel. So we have a lot of online policy learning activities, webinars, and online discussions. So the idea is, first of all, yes, indeed, to plan, having in mind that you might need to participate at least in one event per semester. And regarding your second question, if the project can suggest or host the policy learning platform event, yes, this is possible for the projects to suggest. Of course, it's not the common practice to have a project hosting a policy learning platform event, but this can also be done. You can also discuss directly with the thematic experts if you have ideas. So we welcome these ideas. The policy learning platform is open for everybody, so there is a lot of flexibility on the activities on that. I don't know if we can move on then. Yes, indeed, we don't have any more questions, but we still have time on this session. We have almost 20 minutes to go. You can always submit your questions, join at the slido.com with hashtag #3callquestions. The clock is ticking for this call to close. So please, we are here. I would like to take on all the questions that you might have. We are here to help you to answer all the questions and to help you indeed prepare best your application for the 7th of June. Until we wait a little bit, I will say that we have more questions. I may ask my colleagues just to give 1 or 2 tips, takeaways from the session today on the content preparation and on the budget preparation. And then if we have no questions, we will pass to the second part of the session. So maybe we'll start this time with Ruta, some few tips to take away.
Yes, I think the main message today, based on the questions that we received, is that first think of the activities and then plan your budget around the activities, around the partnership that you have, the travels that you plan to have, the exchange of experience and learning events you plan to have, and based on that, plan your budget accordingly.
Very straightforward. You start from the content and then you start planning your budget. Exactly. Thank you very much, Ruta. And Etienne, few comments on your side, few tips that our participants will take away.
Sure. That's also the tips we like to share with potential applicants. The first one is always to make sure and to really work on the partnership. The partnership is a key element in every European project, but especially in Interreg Europe projects. You really need to have partners that are committed, but also that have a possibility to influence the policy instruments. As we were mentioning earlier, at least 50% of the policy instrument need to be addressed directly by the policymakers, by the policy responsible authority in the directly involved as project partners. This is really the minimum. And the more you will have of these policy owners directly involved in the partnership, the more your partnership will be balanced, representing the different corners of Europe, more and less advanced regions, the more your partnership will be of value, and it's going to be easier to demonstrate the relevance of the overall project. So this is one key element. The second thing, maybe linked as well to the eligibility, is to really double check who is actually the policy owner of the policy instruments you would like to address. Because again, this is also an eligibility criteria to have this 50% rule. And this is really what we check at the very beginning when we receive your applications. And sometimes we have organizations that are convinced that they are the policy owners. We have a doubt, we get back to the partner state, and the partner states tell us, well, they are not. And because then we miss a policy owner, either as associated policy authority or directly as partner, we have to declare the whole application ineligible. So this is a little bit a pity sometimes. So that's why really double check, triple check that each partner is indeed either directly the policy owner and can really be 100%, 300% certain that they are the policy owner. And if they are not, that they are coming together with the associated policy authority. So this is really the two elements that we really, I would really like to highlight, the quality of the partnership and the actual policy owner status of each partner.
Exactly. Thank you very much, Etienne. Of course, Interreg Europe is about improving regional development policies. We want to have the policy responsible authorities on board one way or the other. On my side, if I could give a tip, really is to have a close look on our program manual. We have all the information detailed there, even if we have all these assistance tools and the questions and answers, everything is detailed with examples also on our program manual. So please, if you still have doubts, go and check everything again in the program manual. We still have another question. It's a little bit technical, I would say. Okay, it's a specific case. I will still read it aloud. Is it eligible? A leader from a candidate country, 3 partners from other regions, and the budget as follows. Partners from North, East, South, West, 3 cities by 10% each. Candidate country, Republic of Moldova, 70%, considering the pilot project implementation and leading the project. I'm not sure we have a clarity on the question. Maybe, of course, we can still comment. Etienne?
Yeah, so is a partner from a candidate country joined as a lead partner? Yes, it's not a matter of eligibility. It's really up to you and to this specific organization to be sure as well that they will have the capacity to be a lead partner from for a project in a program that they never participated in yet. So it's going to be the first time that the organization from this 7 new countries join an Interreg Europe, they join the Interreg Europe program and project. And of course, we welcome them. Just think if you feel in capacity to assume the burden of being a lead partner. But it's not a matter of eligibility. It's really about your organization and the capacity to do it for yourself. For the budget, I leave Ruta answer, but I'm sure of her answer.
The division 30 and 70% looks a bit extreme, I would say. We don't usually see the lead partners' budgets so much higher than the partners' budgets because the activities are joint activities. So all of the partners will travel to experience exchange visits. All of the partners will work with their policy authorities. They will work with their stakeholder groups. So activities are very similar. The difference comes in the responsibility of the lead partner. Yes, that he has to coordinate the partnership. And then you also mentioned the pilot. Yeah, depending, but because the pilots also, we would expect them to be to exchange experiences between the regions. So it could be that also other partners are in a way involved in pilots. So 70 and 30, I would say that's too big of a difference.
Mm-hmm.
If I can add something else on the pilot action that you were mentioning, just to clarify once again that Interreg Europe program and projects are mostly about capacity building and exchange of experience between the partners. So this is really what this whole program is about. It's about study visits, about learning from each other. And you're right, we allow for projects to start pilot actions, even already at the application stage, but this should not be the focus of the project. The project should really turn around the capacity building thing and the exchange of experience. The pilot is a nice add-on, but this cannot be considered as a core of the project activities. So if you think that 70% of the budget needs to be directed towards one specific partner because this partner will do the pilot action, that means that, as Ruta was saying, there's something probably a bit wrong as well in the kind of activities you plan to have, because each partner needs to be involved in this exchange of activity, in this exchange of experience, in this capacity building process. And that means that maybe too much attention is on the pilot action and not enough on the different interregional study visits.
And I can also add, for the pilot actions, we have a recommendation for the budget, that the budget per region for pilot action should be between 50 and 130,000 euros, and usually not more.
Okay, great. Thank you. You gave us the opportunity indeed to clarify a lot of elements for the application. So I think we don't have any more questions. We still have some time to go. But if there are no more questions, again, we have other possibilities for you to ask questions. And so I would close this session now today for the questions and answers, but we'll still pass to the second section of today, which is a little bit of a presentation on what kind of assistance you will have. I would like to thank very much my colleagues Etienne and Ruta for being here and answering and trying to clarify everything for you today. Also, Marine and Amandine, which are behind our scenes. So let me tell you also that additional questions can still be asked from an online form on our website, but we also have a dedicated section on our website, a help center, where you can find the most frequently asked questions. And still there is a lot of assistance tools that we can have for you for preparing your application for. If we can see the next slide, please. Yes, before I think we start with the assistance, we would like still to take a little bit of a moment. You see on your screens our evaluation. Would like us to give feedback on how this webinar went for you today, and it helps us also to improve. This is quite important for us. You see on your screen the poll, so please take a moment to answer this evaluation. Right. So some also words about the overall assistance that we have for you for preparing your application form. When you go on our website and look for funding, you will see this menu appear. We have different tools. You can check the project relevance with the self-assessment tool. You can get also inspired by looking on all the approved projects that we have now, and also look at the project ideas that the other organizations have posted. You can also, of course, share your project idea and find partners and look for relevant organizations. Now that the call is still open, once you have a project idea quite mature, you can ask for feedback. Please be aware that this will close next Friday. So if you have some project idea which is mature, this is the moment for you to ask for feedback from the JS, and you will have a full explanation, a feedback on your idea. And of course, the application form is online, so you submit your application on our portal. I think we also have another question and answer session, the 31st of May. That will be the last one. So for those that you had still questions that come in your mind, please come back. But there will be this last opportunity for you to have live questions and answers on the 31st of May. The registration, of course, is open on our program website. Still, there is some tutorials, recordings that are available on our website. We had 4 webinars in April. You will find these recordings with combined, of course, questions and answers and tutorials that was on building a successful partnership, on designing a project methodology, on management, budget and finances tips, and of course, on the communication. This is also, everything is available, of course, on our website. That's it on our side. We hope that was useful for you. Good luck with your application form, and thank you very much to all of you for participating. Goodbye from Lille.